let's see. Hey, I'm willing to correct, honestly, I really am, okay? If I'm wrong. Let's see. Whale's pelvis. You're saying there is fossil evidence of the blowhole moving from the front of the head to the top of the head.
From the nose, yeah.
From the nose? Do you think there is fossil evidence for a whale? Are you referring to Amylocetus?
I don't have specific names on international relations.
I think you have been crippled by your education, and it's a shame you had to pay for that. It's worse that I had to help pay for that. Now, if you want to believe that, that's perfectly fine, okay? But that's not science, son. You've been sold a religion.
I've seen a line of fossils.
You have seen a line of fossils?
Where they have the nose closer to the front and moving towards the top of the head of skulls of whales.
You have
now,
seen
does this
a line of
PowerPoint presentation refute that?
Well,
yes.
Was it fossils or was it drawings?
No, they were fossils. It was a video program. They showed the skulls on the table.
Oh, a video program. Now, I can show you, I've got a video clip here showing a tricycle turning into a tiger. It's amazing what you can do with these different video programs.
What does this have to do with...
That's my point. What is your fossils? What is your...
I'm saying there's a fossil... I'm saying... Well, first of all, my main point is that you have a misunderstanding of what evolution is if you think that you can have the opposite of it. Now, I don't want to lose that point.
Okay.
Because we got to keep...
I understand your point. So you're saying the fact that it's losing its legs and turning into a whale is not really... That's still an example for evolution.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You can't go backwards.
You can't go backwards?
You can't go backwards, because there's no backwards.
There's no backwards for evolution.
Right.
Okay.
There's no forward.
There's no forward, there's no backward. Just everything stays the same.
It's change.
You're a creationist, man. Everything stays the same.
I say things change towards more adapted from less adapted.
Okay, now, if you want to believe that, that's fine. But I pointed out, no fossils would count as evidence in a court of law. Because
what does the court of law have to do with science?
Well,
because you keep bringing it up.
Okay, something that would hold up in a court of law as real evidence, something that ought to be considered. You got a professor here at this university, Philip Johnson, that wrote 3 books saying if you put Darwin on trial, it wouldn't pass, okay?
That's a court of law. It has nothing to do with scientific inquiry. It has to do with juror selection and lawyers and law.
No, I'm saying the evidence wouldn't stand actual real scrutiny. Anybody could come up and say, Your Honor, he found some bones in the dirt. He doesn't know they had any kids. You're right. Dismissed. Next evidence. No fossils count.
You're saying that no fossils count because...
I'm saying if you find some fossils like this, and you want to say that is evidence that a whale came from a cow or an animal on land or a bear, whatever you want, okay? I'm saying, Your Honor, he can't prove those bones right there had any children. Could you prove some bones you found in the dirt had any offspring, let alone different offspring? And why would you think...
No, but I could prove that they had parents.
Oh, yeah, I could agree with that. Now, see, you're missing the point.
But now, if you find many fossils in the dirt, the fact that you find millions of fossils in the dirt...
That's proof of a flood.
Now, that's millions. That's millions.
15 minutes, we're going to have to start clearing out. So we're going to have, please no one else get in line for questions, but we're going to have to make it quicker. I know that not all the questions are being answered, and I know that there still seems to be some disagreement in the room. I've sensed that.
All right, so let's get back to the original point.
Yeah, okay.
I would like to ask the original point, which is the direction of evolution.
There is no direction for evolution. That's right. What you said. There's no gaining, there's no forward, there's no going back, there's no coming.
I'm saying there's from less adapted to more adapted. Now, would you agree with that?
I'm saying it doesn't happen. The whole thing's a fairy tale. All this is taking place in your mind. It doesn't take place in reality.
But on the point of opposite of evolution. I mean, do you understand?
I understand that you are straining at a gnat and swallowing a camel, son.
You want to have people come up here and refute you, correct?
Yeah, so far I'd like to see.
All right, so I'm refuting this one point.
This one point that the whale losing its legs is still an example for evolution. Okay, if you believe that, that's fine. I disagree, but go ahead. Yes, next one. You have to hurry here. You've got a few minutes.
First of all, everybody seems really angry.
No, I'm not See, I love this. See, I have the PowerPoint. Go ahead.
Okay, I understand your point about not wanting to pay your money for what you call lies. Although, I think the big question that I've had sort of since I walked in here is, are you assuming that these textbook publishers know that what they're saying is not true?
Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Basically, who benefits? I mean, I'm not trying to attack.
Who benefits from these lies in the textbooks?
Who benefits from this? And why is everyone arguing so vehemently?
Okay. I don't know as far as benefits or not benefits, why they're kept in the textbooks. I'm going to say probably the authors of the textbooks honestly think they're teaching the truth. The publishers of the textbooks honestly think they're teaching the truth. The teachers in the school who are teaching this honestly think they're teaching the truth. I am pointing out, this has been proven wrong. Real science would clear this stuff up. They wouldn't allow lies to continue in the textbooks. The problem is, if you remove these lies that I mentioned, there's nothing left to support the evolution theory, and that raises red flags. Because along with creation, which is the only other alternative to evolution, there comes a whole lot of baggage, like a creator, and rules, like thou shalt not commit adultery. That's what they're really running from. So, all I said was we should not allow lies to be taught in the textbooks in tax-funded school. If somebody wants to start a private school and teach lies all they want, go for it, man. I don't care what you teach. You can teach your kids in a private school that if you blow yourself up and kill 10 Israelis, you get to go to heaven and have 72 virgin wives. Okay, you can teach it, but I don't want to pay for that. Go ahead.
Well, that is taught in a number of schools.
That is taught in our schools?
No, not in this country, generally. I think, I guess then the biggest question that's brought up after that is, if all of those lies, or at least untruths.
Okay. If these untruths were taken out of the book?
So all of these untruths were taken out of the books from what you know, and I guess for many of the people who have questions and might know more about this subject than me, if all of these untruths that you brought up were taken out, would there then be any basis for believing that there was an original idea of this descent from original creatures to base like evolutionary molecular biology on? Or even better, if you took all those things out, what would you have?
You would have a good textbook with lots of biological science. There's a lot of good biology that ought to be taught. Evolution's unrelated to the subject. Okay? I'm in favor of biology. I taught it 15 years. I like biology. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Tom, and I study neurobiology here, but I don't think that's relevant to this subject.
Okay.
I'm a Christian. I believe in Christ. I also believe in evolution.
We can fix that. Hang in there, Tom. We can fix that.
I mean, obviously that's my belief, but
That's your what?
that's my belief.
Your what?
Belief.
Belief?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Go ahead.
I don't disagree that evolution can be a theory and can be a religion. I'm not going to argue that technicality. But
Just pointing that out. Go ahead, Tom.
Right, I know. Okay. And I respect the fact that you pointed out the embryology is false. I didn't know that before this lecture, so I benefited from this lecture. So,
Well, hey, yeah.
yeah, I know. I like that. Could you go back to the slide where you pointed out the horses?
The horse evolution?
Yeah, or
I don't think-
variation in species, I guess.
Variations? Oh, okay. Because I have on
Like
some-
kind? The slide on kind?
Variations happen, but they have limits. Let's see. I mentioned about there's a variety of horses.
Right.
This
No,
one?
right. So,
Yeah.
are you saying that those are the same kind?
I think a 5-year-old could tell you a zebra and a horse are the same kind of animal. They're still infertile. Zebras and horses can still breed.
Okay. So,
Yeah, they're the same kind, not the same species.
right. So, suppose I put a human being at where the cabela is, and a chimpanzee where the burrow is, and then if I put a